like.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Love and Reload, the voice of the relocation industry. I am your host, Ben Cross, and I'm so blessed and honored to be here live in New Orleans at the CHPA conference with none other than the venerable Bob Rosing from Dwellworks. Bob, how are you, sir?
Doing great, Ben. Good
we don't
to see
usually
you.
get A-listers on this show.
I'm not sure you got one now, but whatever.
I'll take great. This is great. If you're watching out there, get in the comments, like this, or don't like it, but hit the button anyway.
Yeah.
Get in the comments, ask questions. Bob, I just choked down a muffaletta over here.
Was it good?
Is that TMI?
It is.
Yeah. And the olives, you got to be careful. But yeah, it wasn't bad actually. Have you had a chance to have lunch yet?
I have not.
Highly recommend the muffaletta.
Okay.
Thanks to
had a great breakfast this morning.
Yeah, thanks for the water, Brooke. Yeah, the breakfast was nice. Those breakfast sandwiches.
I was elsewhere. I was off campus.
Off campus. So
but it was lovely. Some avocado toast and what have you.
Fancy.
Yeah, very good.
You can't get a bad meal in New Orleans.
No. And very nice service. The people are great here. Really.
It really does feel like a perfect place for a hospitality kind of industry conference.
As long as it's not the week of Mardi Gras.
You're not a Mardi Gras fan, huh? Huh, Bob? I notice a conspicuous absence of beats.
It's a little challenging.
It's a little bit, yeah. There's just getting an Uber from like
getting across
town.
town.
Yeah, getting across town.
Challenging,
but
they
run
fine.
These parades, these P-raids down the major thoroughfare
whenever they want.
Yeah, and then it blocks it. You can't get on one side of St. Charles to the other side, and
working on the accent.
Little Creole, little Cajun.
Yeah,
why not? So, Bob, tell us a little bit about why you are here at the CHPA conference.
Well, I'm representing Dwellworks Living and in the space, obviously, and it's great. I mean, primarily it's to visit with the suppliers that help us around the globe. And,
manage an enormous supply chain.
We do. We were very lucky.
How many countries? How big is that? Give us a sense of the breadth of it.
Thousands of countries. Oh, there aren't that
thousands
many.
Of countries.
100 countries and literally thousands of suppliers all over the world. And, a lot of that came over time. I mean, it takes time to build something like that. And when we did the transaction a couple years ago with Oakwood, we picked up a big chunk of their tested and vetted suppliers and continue to build on that over the last couple of years and got a great supply chain team. Our supply chain leader, Debbie Woodley's here, and a number of folks from her team, as well as our operating team. And I mean, they're fantastic and people love working with them and treat them great. So, and they treat us great.
Shout out to Debbie Woodley.
Oh yeah.
Love Debbie.
Huge.
We got to get her on sometime.
Great.
Love Debbie. Shout out to Debbie and the whole team over at Dwellworks. We got people checking in here. Hit that like button. Get in here with some comments. Do you like the hats? Let us know.
I kind of don't like that. But
it's that or the hair.
I'm going with it.
Yeah, all right. All right. We're going with
hair though. So
you got all right. Well, we can. I mean, I got good hair. We can have a hair showdown if you want. Jason Hall says, "My man, looking good." You too, Jason. You too.
He's talking about you in this case.
He was non-specific. I think on purpose. Vinny Valverde. Love the hats, gents. Look, we got 2 votes for the hats, I feel like.
Got to do them. Got the hats going.
People are checking in here. U.S. Law in the house there. Yes, that's what's up. Look at this. We got Andrea. Brilliant, Ben. You have our leader with you. Bob. Can't wait for you to wear the hat at our next meeting. We're getting requests.
Requests from all over the world.
Playing all the hits.
Bob Rosing. I don't have my glasses on.
Andrea LaMantia.
Yep. La Mantilla. Fantastic.
Love it. Love it. She's saying Debbie Woodley, legend. She is.
Very well known, very well regarded, and well deserved. She's fantastic.
So you come here and you're talking to all your suppliers and providers to make up the Dwellworks Living global supply chain.
There you go.
Yeah. You have a lot of meetings, I imagine? Are you a back-to-back guy?
Not here so much.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Generally speaking, yes.
A lot
pretty
of meetings.
packed in. I just walked in from one just a second ago that I had to
we appreciate
short,
you.
But yeah,
we appreciate you.
Anything for you, Ben.
Thank you so much, Bob. So what is a great outcome? So you're here at CHPA. You made the trip. You've gotten the Uber that went around the parade route. You made it here to the hotel. You're talking to a lot of people. What is the best outcome look like for you at a CHPA conference?
Well, I mean, I think just really to express gratitude to our suppliers, but more importantly, talk about what the opportunities, the challenges are for this year, and learn from people. You ask a lot of questions, and if you listen, you learn. And we take that away and go back to the rock pile, if you will, and figure out how to change what we do in a positive way to support them and to support our customers. And so you just get out in the world and ask questions and learn.
What are some of those things you're learning? What are some of those trends that we should look out for in the corporate housing space?
Yeah, I think obviously last year was crazy. It was a very busy year. It was great. On the back of the couple-year pandemic period, which was rocky at best, and for us and others in the space. But I think it's just trends as we go forward. People mobile for work, not necessarily moving, I think is a very positive trend for corporate housing. And so we think
oh, thank you. We got water here. Yeah, we'll take a water. The next guest will need a water. Thank you so much.
Very much.
The hospitality has been phenomenal here.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much,
go,
JC. We appreciate you. And happy Mardi Gras. Happy Mardi Gras.
Thank you. So
it's been a little bit of a water situation here.
Yeah, a little shortage of water.
Flintish.
Yeah, but it's all good. But anyway, I think one of the things that we're seeing is just that trend of people mobile for work, which is a good trend for mobile for work, not necessarily moving is a good trend for corporate housing. And then where people are going, I think, we're seeing, good demand across all regions and differing demand in many ways.
Let's talk about the demand, right? Because the demand curve or lack thereof at some points over the last couple of years has just been so wildly different. It used to be fairly predictable.
Right.
Summer's crazy, summer's not crazy.
What is our seasonal pattern?
Yeah. What are we looking forward to this year? And how does it stack up from a total overall volume to previous years?
No, year isn't started. Isn't, full yet, completed yet. But I think, we're seeing it as being, as good as prior years, but different. We're kind of came in surges post-pandemic. We had like a pig in the python, if you will, where it's just
I love that expression, by the way.
Massive surge right after. I think hopefully we're kind of going to see more typical seasonal activity. Feels that way right now. I'm not sure we even know what that is anymore. That's been, 4 or 5 years since we've had a normal seasonal curve. And, as we're in other areas of mobility. And so I think that, we're trying to get a handle on that across all our different verticals and what's next, really.
Isn't it funny that we've been asking for a flattening of the curve and kind
seasonal,
of a more normalized distribution? We've been begging for that for years, and then we got it, and we're like,
"What is this?
We're struggling with it."
Yeah,
oh my gosh, it's been too busy for too long. It's like, well, okay, we'll just hire more people and make that the new baseline if you want to, but we don't want to. But we don't want to do that coming off of COVID when we just got our world rocked. We had no business, right? So it's hard to even believe that is this the new normal. Maybe it's not. Is it softening this year compared to last?
Feel like it has to.
Feels like it's softened a little bit.
A little bit, and I don't know that that's necessarily recession driven as much as what's the downdraft from that post pandemic surge of people that was pent up demand. Maybe that created an artificial level last year, and this is more normal this year. We'll see how that plays.
Maybe this is just like normal. This is like this is the real normal. 2019 kind of style normal. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. We were relatively new to the business then, so we're still figuring that out.
And that's the other thing, right? So you have
for us.
But there's a lot of companies in 2019 that were new, over the last 4 years,
right,
that have popped up,
right,
and so they don't know what normal is either,
right,
because they don't have 20 years of historicals or even 5 to go back on. And so I think so you don't know, is it market driven? Is it just the trajectory of your business, organic growth? There's a lot of stuff to be thinking about. Does it keep you up at night, Bob?
Not really.
The well-rested, venerable
Not
Bob
true.
Rosen.
Yeah, definitely not well.
Well, you got a good team, though.
We got a great team. Got the best team.
Yeah.
My humble opinion. I mean, that's how you get stuff done. You got great team members that, you know, really care about each other and care about our customers, and have been doing it together for a long, long time. And along the way, we've picked up, you know, team members from acquisitions and different things, and they fit right in, and you know, it adds to the collective wisdom and power of the brand and the company, and just been really lucky in that regard at Dwellworks.
Yeah, you know, I want to talk about that too. We got people checking in here. We got Patty Charlton checking in. Dwellworks Living.
Hi, Patty.
We love our partners and suppliers.
Yep.
Hit that like button. Get in the comments. Ask Bob questions. Makes it more fun. Richard, he's looking at me. Richard Majewski, Ben, and Guess, how are you doing this? I'm exhausted just jumping onto the chat. Richard, don't break a hit jumping on that chat.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, it's not worth it, Richard. Get in there with a question if you want to ask the venerable Bob Rosen a question here. He's dusting off the crystal ball for us today. Andrea says, well said, Bob. We don't have customers without our partners.
Exactly.
You know, you talk about, you know, you mentioned acquisitions, you know, and one was announced recently right before we kind of came in to the conference. Seems to be a lot of acquisitions in the space. Do you see that continuing?
Which one are you referencing?
The one where Blue Ground purchased Travelers Haven.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see that trend continuing? Is it going to cool down with, you know, interest rates being where they're at, access to capital? Or is the freight train of a rapid consolidation unstoppable? Well,
I think consolidation is indicated at this point. I mean, across different parts of the mobility, you know, sector for sure. We've seen it in other parts of it, and I think that has to continue. I think generally speaking,
why does it have to continue? What is that market force that's compelling?
I mean, it's just supply and demand, you know, and there's less. Generally speaking, I think less demand across the traditional part of our business. And so, you know, in order for people to make the investments in technology, make the investments in compliance and so forth, I mean, that's all, you know, costly. And so you think about what people's free cash flow is to invest, and there may not be enough to go around for that. So that's when consolidation starts to occur. You start to, you know, synergize and get the leverage from you know, a leverage spend, if you will, across a broader revenue stream. And so I think those are some of the market forces, not just in our, you know, anytime there's consolidation across a sector of a business, those are some of the market forces that do it. And then at the same time, you see people that, you know, may have left a company and they go and start a new company. So there's new, you know, startups occurring at the same time. And that's what makes the world go round.
Isn't that funny? I mean, the cycle of life, if you will, and it's kind of like there's you know, the consolidation or acquisition is kind of like the kind of the pruning and the coming together, kind of the contraction in a way. But then there's also these new shoots of growth, right? These companies that are starting up all the time, and you have companies that are bearish on the space, saying, "Oh, there's fewer relocations every year," and you know, price pressure and all, you know, sorts of stuff. And then there's new companies like, oh, I can't wait to get in this business.
Right.
Isn't that funny? Sometimes when you talk to people that have been doing this for 20 years, like, oh, this business, back in my day, we were making money hand over fist. And nowadays you can't XYZ, blame procurement, whatever you want to do. And there's companies that are just like, I can't wait to get in here. Private equities funding me, right? All sorts of stuff. It's just crazy.
It is. And I mean, people see opportunities differently over time. And so they, you know, start up a company and what have you. You have to have the long view. You can't like think about it just quarter to quarter, year to year. I mean, I've been in this space for a long time, as have you. And over time, you know, there's periods where you go, gosh, what are we doing in this business? And other times where it's like, you know, off the hook and crazy and fun. And other times when it's just normal. But, you know, I think from an investment perspective and how you build your business and so forth, you can't build for, you know, the next quarter or even the next year. It's got to be, what are we going to be doing 3, 4, 5 years from now? And you think about that, you know, from the standpoint of what your, as well as what your team members are expecting from, you know, being part of your company and so forth.
I like to talk to you for a long time. When we did a Love and Relo, and we did a long one.
Yeah.
You gave me things I still remember. I mean, you talked about how the COVID year was kind of like a zero, and then you see all this consolidation and all this acquisition coming down the pipe from all the different players, but it's hard to value businesses with that zero in there.
It is.
I mean, you told me all sorts of things that you taught me that I've learned from, and I love watching what you're doing with your company. I love to watch the way DwellWorks is growing and kind of grabbing all these different businesses and kind of putting them together. And I just think that strategically speaking, you're one of the absolute brightest minds in our business. And it's really fun to kind of get to talk to you like this.
And you're being nice.
Well, they pay me to show up and ask nice questions and treat people well. Okay.
The industry's treated me really
Yeah,
well.
well, we are fortunate, aren't we? Privileged to be here.
We got to. I mean, like I say, I love our team, our customers.
I mean, look at us. We've got better jobs than us, Bob.
Sitting here on
we're wearing silly hats.
Wearing silly hats.
Yeah, Mardi Gras, complaining about the traffic.
I'm so glad you taled me into this hat. I'm going to catch a lot of grief.
Well, you wore the purple shirt, dude. Okay, I mean, you know,
flying the colors.
You know exactly. I'm just accessorizing the gown here. Okay, yeah. You wore the clothes. You made decisions this morning.
Going back to the consolidation thing, though, you think about valuations. I mean, it peaks and valleys in volume and revenue. It continues to be difficult to think about like how people traditionally think about valuations, and I mean that condition persists. So we'll see how things play out this year, as whether or not it actually happens.
You got a couple more in store for us, maybe, Bob?
Couple more what?
Acquisitions in store for us? We're gonna get some breaking news. Am I gonna pull something out of here?
No breaking news.
Oh, all right, all right.
Good. Yeah, we're all good.
Bob, thanks so much for stopping by, and best of luck at the conference here.
Yep, thank you.
Bob Rosing, DwellWorks Living. Good having you, Bob.
Good
Take care. I'll see you later.
See you
Grab your water. You don't know when the next one's coming.
You got another person coming.
Yeah, I think we got Michelle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Off we go.
Adios, Bob.
Thank you. See ya.
Bienvenidos, Michelle. All right, we got Michelle White coming in here from Today Living Group. Oh yeah, there we go. There you go. Oh, there she is. Come on in. Don't move the chair.
All right.
There you go. Michelle White from Today Living Group here live at the CHPA conference in New Orleans. Michelle, so good to have you here.
Great to be here. Thank you.
This is wonderful. How are you enjoying the conference?
Oh, amazing. They get better and better, but it's just so nice to be in a full conference again.
Yes.
Everybody. I missed everybody so much.
Right. And just to be here in person and hugs, handshakes. I mean, the whole nine. It's just, it's really awesome. What are you looking forward to most? We're in day 2 here, and we're at the kind of the lunch break right now. There's some cool stuff going on, including this. I mean, what's better than this? What's your favorite part of the conference, or what are you looking forward to most?
I don't know if the favorites come up yet. I think there's been one good nugget after another. I had some anticipated moments, and I've had several of them that were unexpected that were even better.
Yeah, so I love that.
Yeah, and I love the new faces. There's so many new faces here. It's been a long time since we've been together, and to see new people in the industry, it's exciting. So it's growing. Yeah,
there are some new faces, including this is my second time as well. My team's here, and it's their first time. There's growth there, and that's exciting.
Yeah,
that's a good sign for every industry is when there's growth.
Well, you know what? After, what do they say? A diamond only becomes a diamond after a lot of pressure. And I think we've all been through a lot of pressure the last few years. And now we're seeing that growth because we had a lot of pressure and we all had to get very creative and very agile. And I think this is the product of what's happening after.
Yes, pressure and time, right?
You got it.
And it's been
maybe a little
pressure-filled time.
Good, but
oh my goodness! Look, we got Richard Majewski. Whoop whoop! Hi, Michelle. Long time.
Hey, Richard. How are you?
Richard, we got the UK in the house here. Look at this. Maura Carey saying funny hats and serious talk. Great look ahead at where the industry's heading and the opportunities are. Hey, Maura, good to see you. Jonathan Johnson says, shout out to all the corporate housing professionals who play such an integral part of the transferees moves. Hit that like button. Throw your questions, your comments in there. We got Michelle here live in studio. We're in the Expo Hall floor here.
Well, wait till you see. This is a great conference. Wait till you see what we've got planned for next year.
Well, can you tease it for us a little bit?
All I can say is it'll be bigger and better, and some of the formats may have changed. It's unbelievable what's coming.
Bigger and better than this.
Yes. sitting on the board and the conversations that are happening, there's so many things just around the corner. We just can't tell you what they are
Okay,
yet.
well, tell us. Give me a little bit of an insight into maybe your vision. You know, what are some of the areas you would like to see us grow as an association?
Well, I mean, in sheer numbers, we used to be a small conference, and some of the venues we would go to were for, small. Well, we've outgrown that space. So going forward, we have to look now for larger spaces because we've literally outgrown all the venues we've been at beforehand. And now we're a mid-sized conference because we've broken the doors down here. There is just no more space. Wow. So we graduated to the next step. So get excited.
I like it. I like growth. That is exciting. You can't give us a little hint, maybe?
No, I can't.
Well, where is it going to be? Where's it going to be next year?
It's going to be in Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson, Arizona.
And it's at a resort. So it's not just a hotel. It's an entire resort. So it is going to be not just a conference. It's going to be a place to meet people, a place to perhaps stay a little longer. It is going to be a totally different atmosphere. Get excited. Wait till you see what's coming.
Maybe facials and paraffin dips and
more time to spend around the people rather than just a few minutes. It's great.
Yeah, this is great. So tell us about your business. So you talked to us about the board and everything, but tell us about business. How's business going for you?
Business is great. I mean, it's in Toronto. Toronto is where our base is.
By the way, did you know I spent the week in Toronto last week?
No.
I know.
And you didn't call.
I don't know what I was thinking. I apologize to you, Michelle. Yeah, I spent the week in Toronto. It was my first time in Toronto.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Okay, come July next time. It's not so cold.
It was cold, but it was warm. It was the warmest February.
Oh, did you come on Wednesday? Thursday?
Yeah, I came like Monday through the whole week. Yeah. Okay. It was so warm, so nice.
Yeah, a day later though it'll change.
Yeah, I imagine. So how's business going in Toronto?
Amazing. I mean, there's a shortage of inventory. I think that's our biggest hurdle right now, and everyone's saying the same thing. But I mean, our rents alone, it was on the news last week that in Canada they've gone up on average 18%.
Wow! Over what period of time?
1 year.
Wow.
18%.
Wow. Now, how does that track with inflation? Because inflation's part of that, right?
Yes.
So the rents, because I mean, if the dollar changes, then the rent. I mean.
Oh, now you're getting a dollar change. I bought some U.S. 2 weeks ago.
Well, you have dollars too. You got your own dollars.
Yeah, $1.41 I paid for exchange. Holy smokes!
Is that high or low?
It cost me $1.41 Canadian to buy $1 US. So for Americans who are traveling to Canada, it's amazing because your dollar goes so much further.
I'll be honest, I really enjoyed it. Really did. Really did. I did not think about spending money much when I was up there, and we spent a lot of money. But so how okay, I'm sorry, going back to the question. How has inflation been over the last year?
It's been tough.
Has it been like, so like here, I think it was like 9% or something like that.
Well, ours is now lower, thank goodness.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
we were, I think I just have
pick a number. Nobody will know.
I've had 2 weeks of vacation.
Pick a number. No. Well, since you've been gone, but before you left, it was doing.
We're down below 7.
7. Okay. So like, let's say 7 for the year. So if rents have gone up 18% and inflation's 7, and guys, you know what kind of show this is. All right. We're just pulling these numbers out of our behinds. Okay.
No, mine's real.
But okay. Hers is real. Mine's behind. 18 minus 7. So 12%. So an effective maybe 12% increase on rents. Still extraordinarily high. What are you doing with those costs? Are you able to pass those along to customers? Are they willing to pay those rates? Is that just the new normal for the way things cost? Are we having to take that against margin?
Well, you have 2 choices. And there's, in our market, we found some providers have started to give less service, take out housekeeping, things like that, give less.
Sheesh.
Or we've decided not to do that because we want to maintain our level
of
quality and service. And
Premium.
that's our choice.
Yeah.
So, and it's hard. So, your operations team is, pulling their hair out right now to find creative ways to make it happen still. But yeah, you have to pass some of that on.
Yeah. Richard has a question. Richard's always good for a question. Hit that like button, y'all. Get in the comments here. If you're watching this right now at home, what are you thinking about this? We're wearing crazy hats. Okay, I got beads on. You got beads on. Okay.
You should be here too.
Yeah. Ask your questions. Get them in there. I will pass them along. We'll prioritize your questions. We got a few more folks coming up. By the way, here's a note for everyone watching right now. The next episode of Love and Reload today is actually going to be broadcast from the Love and Reload LinkedIn page. So go there and connect with the Love and Reload LinkedIn page so you get the push notification for the 3rd installment of the CHPA series today. Okay, so it's coming to you not from my personal LinkedIn page, but from the Love and Relo page. So if you want to catch that, you're gonna have to go there. We got a few more guests coming up. We got questions coming in. Super interesting. Richard's going to give us some inflation talk. Referring to inflation, what can we do? Energy prices alone here in the UK mean either monitor and change, or much easier to just increase rates. Also agree with Michelle there. Reduce services. Ugh, hate that idea, because we're a premium product, right?
We are. Well, you know what? I
Because then
guess
that just lowers us to the other guys.
exactly. And because the other guys are coming up the back door and they're encroaching, what makes us different? I think it's because we are customer service. It's our back end. It is how we service our clients, rather than here's the keys and I'll see you when you leave. That's not what we're all about.
It's not what we're about. And I'm a big fan of investing in the business, and providing and actually going up from a service standpoint to differentiate and not coming down. I think you're spot on.
We have a kind of a saying in our office, and that is, it costs us money every time a guest has to call us because maybe we forgot something, or what did we not do right? Why are they having to call? Not that we don't want to hear from them.
Oh yeah.
But if it's the other way around, I mean, you want to be very proactive on everything you do so that the guest never knows what you did to make their stay perfect. And that's the level that we want to maintain. So yes, inflation's a factor, but we've just had to become more creative, and perhaps sometimes we all get a little complacent with similar suppliers we've used for a long period of time, as far as, things that we buy in order to put the suites together. So we've really looked for some other options and to see if maybe, there's some cost savings there. So we've all had to get not comfortable, but creative. Creative.
I love it. And Richard's got one more question. Get in the comments here. Ask your questions. Hit that like button. We got Michelle here from Toronto. Richard says, I'd like to know from the guests, actually, whether they think the hybrid model, managing accommodations as well as booking other brands as an agency. So, okay, well, I'll ask you, what do you think about this model where you manage your own inventory and then also book other accommodations?
Well, it can work. You just have to really know their back end first. We have large projects that have happened outside of our core inventory, but our team, and it usually starts with me flying out there and checking it out, making sure that their back end is as solid as our back end is, and that everything is seamless. So if something happens at midnight on Christmas Eve, you've got the team, not a call center, but the actual team in place to handle it immediately, and full disclosure on everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of trust.
Well, it takes a lot of work in the back end. You don't just phone someone and say, hi, got a room? It doesn't work like that. Well, it doesn't for us anyway.
Right. Because you built a brand over so much time and pressure, to build a diamond. And you don't want to just go trusting that diamond with anyone, do you?
Exactly.
I love the fact you say you fly out there to go see it. It's so cool to me that people take that level of inspection and vetting.
Sure.
There's I follow Gary Vee, and he talks about scaling the unscalable, right? And that is you could say an unscalable solution, but doing it at scale also shows your commitment. And it also talk about a differentiator, because your clients your competitors aren't going to be doing that, right? And so that's how you're delivering that differentiated level of service.
Exactly.
I love it. Yeah. This is great.
Takes us a long time to procure a client. It takes a second to lose them, baby them.
Richard goes on to clarify this question here, because I misasked it. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate you cleaned up my mess here. He said the question is the hybrid model dead or dying?
Oh, you know what? I can only answer for our own markets. No, I think it's still around, but it's a choice whether you want to have that as part of your model or not.
Yeah. Richard, why is it dead or dying? Why do you ask that question? I'm really curious. What else is going on in Toronto or in Canada that is something we may not be aware of right now? I'm going to ask you one. This came up. I had Lynn Shotwell, the president of Worldwide ERC, on the show a couple weeks ago, and she listed like the top 3 initiatives that they're working on as an association, and one of them was this Canadian residency requirement to own a home.
Yes.
And so she's looking at it from a mobility standpoint, and and how it plays with the transferees and assignees from other countries, whatever. Does it have an impact on corporate housing?
Well, it does we have groups of investors. That's predominantly, my background is property management. I also work with overseas investors to acquire. In our markets, we exist in condominiums predominantly, rather than apartment communities. It's condominiums. So you need to connect with the investors. Many of these groups are outside of our borders. And now for the next 2 years, they're restricted from buying anything.
Wow.
So that, again, puts more pressure on the supply chain. Now, that doesn't mean that there isn't people within Canada that we work through, but it took a bit of that chunk away.
That is so fascinating. So you have these investor groups that are actually buying these properties as investments, as rentals,
and then turn around, and then we secure them from them, and we work together, and they specifically buy what we've asked them to buy.
Yes.
What will work, size,
right?
location.
You've told them what you can rent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how high up are they in the building? Make sure it's not by the garbage room. Like, all the little details that you want to make sure you make the right choices. And unfortunately, they're on hold for a little bit.
Wow. Is there any kind of workaround or anything like that you've seen that people have started to do?
Well, I mean, there's technically, I should say absolutely nothing. There are a few of the lawyers say that is a workaround, but you have to be very cautious. It's for a 2-year period.
Oh, it's a 2-year thing. Yeah, so it's not forever, but it's for a 2 year.
Just 2 years.
Do you think it's gonna roll off, or in sunset, or do you think it's gonna be?
I hope so, because there's no data to support why they made that move.
Right.
But because there's such a shortage of housing, we think it's a lot of noise that the politicians are making right now to say, look, we're working on it. See, we've now held off this group. Yeah. But really, they're a very small percentage, and there was absolutely no data that was ever produced. It was just noise. It was really just a political move. I think that's why it's only for 2 years.
Yeah, super interesting. This is really great. Richard, you got the great questions coming in here, talking about some of the companies that have kind of ditched the model, the hybrid model. This is really great. Hit that like button. Get in the comments. This has been a lot of fun. Michelle White, Today Living Group. Thank you so much for coming and being with us today.
Thanks for being here. This is great.
Isn't this fun?
That's great. Anyway, take care.
Thank you so much for being here. Stay tuned, because we've got more people coming on here. This is great. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate it. We got Mark Strumwasser coming on here. Look at there. There you go, Mark. Get over here, Mark.
Coming in.
Yeah, I know it feels weird, but get in there.
Watch the big nose.
There you go. Okay. There you go. You're good. Mark, good to have you.
Hey, glad to be here, Ben.
I like it. Repping Sunshine Rentals over there.
Absolutely.
That's great, Mark. So how's your conference going?
We love CHPA. We've been coming for 20 years. It's the one place we can come every year and see all of our different partners. They're all over the country that use us in Southern California. So it's kind of a one-stop shop. It's really hard to go travel out to Texas and see somebody.
Sure.
But we're all in one place at one time. Just wish it was longer so we had more time to see everybody.
Yeah. No, I feel that. Although I might feel differently tomorrow after Mardi Gras tonight. I don't know. Yeah.
You want to get that word. There you go.
There we go.
Oh, my nose is poking it.
So tell us a little bit about your company.
Sure.
Sunshine Rentals.
Sunshine Rentals is a house rental company, but we're really an operations team for the corporate housing space. So we basically provide our house rentals as a core feature, and then around it are all these supporting services such as lock boxes, inspections. We created a curb to door video about 6-7 years ago. So it takes somebody from their parking at the front of the property to getting their keys, to finding their apartment, finding their parking space, and their mailbox and so on. And now that's actually rolled out into how-to videos, how to use your smart TV, how to use your appliances and things like that.
Give you a little more. There we go.
Beautiful.
How's that?
Get my good looks in there.
Is that better? Yeah, there we go. I want to make sure people can see you there.
There we go.
Look at.
Here, let's get the profile.
Look at Jason. He's trolling me. He says, "Stay hydrated." But thank you. I'm trying over here. I'm dying, man.
Well, if you go on Bourbon Street, the bees are bigger.
The bees are bigger. You got some chocolate. Would you bring me some chocolate
dark
bars?
Chocolate, man. I want to help round out a girlish figure.
Nice. Well, that won't need any help. This is the official Sunshine Rentals candy bar here. What are we working with? Dark chocolate.
No, and then we do our plugs on the back about.
Nice.
So all of our houseware packages are customized to each of our partners. So
I'm looking for ingredients, and it's telling me it's baby furniture rentals.
Oh yeah.
Corporate housekeeping. This must be tasty.
Well, it's unhealthy. I will tell you that.
Okay.
But it's low calorie. It's low fat because you're in.
Yeah, sure. Well, we'll give it a taste.
Actually, a Hershey's dark chocolate.
Oh, nice. Let's see what you did there. Very cool. Very nice. Look at this. Now, look at, Rich was saying, saw one of those videos, Mark. Really good.
Well, we do put out a lot of fun videos.
Tell us about the videos.
So we have two kinds of videos. We do the real work short snippets, 30 seconds on what we're doing. And the other videos have our amazing dog, Teddy Bear. He's a 140-pound Newfoundland.
Oh, wow.
And we do water rescue work with him. We've taught him to pull a cart. So we've done some really cool videos. They're on our YouTube channel under Mark Strumwasser. Not that I'm promoting my YouTube channel.
Hey, promote it. What is it? Mark
Strumwasser, STRUMWASSER. But you can see Teddy Bear in action. He has about 5-6 videos now. We started them during COVID as a little pick me up for our customers, just doing silly things. And now people email me and say, "Where's the next installment? When's the next video?" And I am not a video content creator, but I've become one out of necessity.
You got to talk to our video production manager, Adam, over here. He'll help you get your video content produced.
There we go.
Yeah, it needs to work more shots of the Newfoundland, the Newfie out there, 140-pound Newfie.
He has fun. So
they say dogs and babies. That's what sells.
Well, hey, if there's an incentive to go to CHPA next year, it's in Tucson, so we can we're in San Diego.
Yeah,
we are bringing our dog.
Bringing the dog, nice.
Teddy Bear may be getting a brother pretty soon, so we may have to have two of them.
It's a family show.
It is.
Mark. All right. No, this is really cool. So you got this furniture rental business, but it does so much more. Yeah, where have you seen the growth really in the business?
For us, the growth is really on the high end. That's where we've focused. We don't really go after the intern projects or the government groups. We're really good at the large groups, but for us, the growth has been on the entertainment industry, the large family relocations. That's why we do baby furniture.
Yeah.
How many people travel kid? We have cribs, we have high chairs, and it's a small niche, but there's a need for it.
You're right. You're right.
If you cater,
you don't have it. Correct. If you don't have a crib or a pack and play or something like that, total deal breaker.
Exactly. And then on the flip side, it's like TVs. I don't know what you have at home. My living room's sporting a 65-inch TV. My wife wishes it was bigger, but we won't.
Yeah, 65. Those are rookie numbers, Mark.
Exactly.
Get that up, man.
But we rent those, and you go to a corporate apartment. You're giving them a 40-inch TV. Yeah, hey, size matters.
Seriously, you can't downgrade me from a 65 to a 40. I'd be like, I can't. I just turned 40, Mark. I can't see that.
Exactly. Well, and that's it. So for us, it's the higher end electronics. Like we only rent Samsung smart TVs because obviously they run everything. And when you're doing streaming, you want to get in there and have it a foolproof, easy solution for the guest. And they're going to know how to use it versus an off-brand TV.
Yeah.
So I think it's that high end is making the apartment more plush, putting in things they'd really have in their home, not the Target coffee maker, but a Cuisinart one. Those little touches make a big difference.
Nice. This has been great. Mark, Absolutely. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Appreciate
Mark
it.
Mark Strumwasser here from Sunshine Rentals. Thanks, Mark. Pass the hat. We've got Sonny Kim coming up here. Sonny Kim from Palmetto Linen Distributors. Nice. Sonny, if you're with a linens company, do you bring your own napkins to a party like this?
I do not.
You do not? All right. That's cool. Get in there close to the mic there here, so too. I know it feels a little weird, but you got to just
I got you. Okay.
Snug it up in there. So tell me about your company, Sonny.
So we provide bed and bath linens to the corporate housing providers, the furniture rental companies, and the Mark Strumwassers of the world.
You know what? I tell you what, I was at CHPA last year, and we were having a panel on vacation rentals versus corporate housing. And honestly, it was my first CHPA. And I asked them, I said, what's really the difference? Next week in this, in this conference hall, there's going to be the vacation rental industry. What's really the difference between corporate housing and vacation rentals? And you know what the number one answer they said was consistently? Linens. They said you need, if you pull back that you need, those white, crisp, beautiful, clean linens. If I pull that thing back and I'm seeing some pattern or Aunt Maisie's, Paisleys, Aunt Maisie's, Paisleys, I'm thinking twice about getting in that bed. But I need some crisp white linens, just like I get at the beautiful, Hyatt Regency.
That's it. It's got to be solid white. It's got to be bleachable.
Yeah.
It's got to be soft. It's got to last.
Tough and soft, just like me.
There you go.
All right.
It's that easy. So
nice. How long you been doing this, Sonny?
15 to 17 years with this industry. Started in 2007 with them. Unbelievable people that we work with.
Yeah.
We come here for the hugs and the handshakes.
That's right. Love it.
When your customers come up and give you a hug, then you know you're doing things right.
Ain't that the truth?
Yep, yep. So,
I love it. I absolutely love it. So you doing bed linens, and what? Let me ask you this: what is your territory for? Do you support
the continental United States?
How do you support 48 contiguous states and all the nooks and crannies therein with crisp, bleachable, soft bed linens?
Our friends at UPS. That's it. You put your warehouse near a UPS distribution center.
Yeah.
And we can get from Atlanta to California in 3 days. So.
Oh, so you're out of Atlanta.
Our warehouse is in Atlanta.
Oh, I like
warehouse
it.
in Atlanta.
Right by
South
UPS
Carolina.
headquarters.
That's it. There you go.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah, they do a good job too. So,
that's awesome.
No, I can't say enough about this industry. It's just the people we work with. Very fortunate to be here. So.
This is great. This is great. We got people coming in here.
Okay.
Jason Hall's giving you an amen. 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 There we go. What do people need to know about linens that they don't know?
What do they need to know about linens?
Yeah, what's maybe a misconception or something out there about
thread count in sheets?
Thread count.
Thread count in sheets.
What is it? Is it a conspiracy? Is it a hoax?
It is. It's bogus.
It's bogus?
Yeah.
What? Tell me more about this, because my wife's obsessed with the thread count.
You can twist yarn all you want and turn a 200 into a 400 or a 600, but just by twisting the yarn and build a piece of canvas fabric. It can be 600 thread count if you want to call it that. If it's woven the right way. You want to make sure you're when you're looking at thread count, it needs to be single pick. If they
single
say
pick.
Single pick.
What does that mean, single pick?
It's a single ply yarn. It's not two yarns twisted together and two other inferior yarns twisted together to give you 4 ply. It's single pick.
So in order to boost their thread count, they're just twisting 4 yarns together.
2, 3, 4, and you can come up with 1,200 thread count if you want to.
Oh my goodness! And what would 1,200 thread count feel like?
You ever slept on the outside of a tent? There you go. Yep.
On the outside of a tent.
Yep.
Man, I'll tell you what, I asked for it, I got it.
Yep.
I asked, what do people need to know and not know about linens? And I tell you what, Sonny, you delivered. So I'm looking for single pick. And what makes linen soft?
The cotton.
The cotton.
And the longer the staple. So the longer the length of the cotton staple, which is the actual cotton yarn, long staple, single pick cotton.
So when I go, how do I identify that when as a consumer? If I'm going into a store and I'm looking at Jason's Hall. See, look, now we're getting into stuff that people care about. Jason's saying, I need new bed linens. Can you please provide a recommendation? And Jason needs that soft bed linen.
Soft bed linen. 100% cotton.
Yeah.
Pima. If it's Pima, you're in great shape.
Pima cotton. You hear that? Yeah. Jason, get that Pima.
You're not gonna have many requests for it at a corporate housing. But if Jason wants it, he can find it. Yes.
Jason, find that Pima cotton.
That's what it is.
All right.
Yep.
Now, you say you don't have that much request for it at a corporate housing. Is that just because it's so much more expensive?
Yeah. And you need durability. You need a blend of comfort and durability. So this, what we're sleeping on at the Hyatt, that's probably where the industry is. It's something that nice comfort. It's going to launder well, bleachable, and just not getting any complaints.
When you get into bed at night, are you thinking about the thread count? Are you touching that linen?
I'm looking at that label.
You're looking at that label. I love it. I love it. This is great. Yep. We got another question here from Richard. He says, fitted sheets or straight sheets?
Fitted sheets.
Fitted sheets.
Yeah, fitted sheets.
Richard, what do you recommend? Fitted sheet? Are you a fitted sheets or straight sheets? And why are you fitted sheets, Sonny?
Fitted sheets. They're going to stay in place better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just a lot easier to work with.
I agree.
Yep.
Let's see here. Jonathan Johnson. See, now we start talking about linens, everybody's got an opinion. We talk about the macroeconomic factors of the corporate housing industry. Nobody cares, okay? We start talking about linens, everybody got an opinion.
I'm about to get called out. Huh?
Jonathan Johnson says, I prefer the moisture wicking sheets here in Texas. What does that mean?
There's technology now, just like the moisture wicking fabric in shirts.
Yeah.
They're putting that in sheets, yes.
Is it work or is it bogus?
I don't have a lot of experience with it, but I would think it would work. Yeah. And there's also cooling sheets.
Cooling sheets. How does that work?
Same thing. It's
it wicks it so it cools. So evaporation is a cooling process.
Yes.
So I imagine if it's wicking, it's cooling.
Yeah. I would think you'd want to wash it a lot sooner.
You didn't know we were getting in the weeds here, did you? Today, you didn't know that. We got people standing by in the green room over here. This is great. John's Vara saying, "Let's Glomo." Hey, appreciate you, John. Nice hat, fellas. Thank you. Look at this. Jason, everyone's talking about bedding because you spend more time in your bed than anywhere else. That's one thing you don't cheap out on. I like it, Jason. You're right. That's a great, you know what? Is that one of your sales things? Like, listen, they're spending more time in bed than they're spending at work. You got corporate housing. All right. You're spending more time in bed than you're spending at your desk. You might as well give them a good experience.
You're better at this than I am.
Gosh, golly, I'm in the wrong business
than I am.
I might have to get in the linen business. I know everything I need to know now.
Absolutely.
I could twist yarn with the best of them.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, Sonny Kim, everybody, this has been phenomenal.
Thank you very much.
You might have been one of my favorite guests today. I'll be honest with you.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for coming. Appreciate you. Look at this, y'all. Jason Hall, we got more guests coming on here. Now, who's next here? Is this Marcos coming? This is fantastic. Marcos Isaac, how are you doing, sir? Have a seat. Bring it in there.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, Marcos from the Apartment Network. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, enjoying Mardi Gras as much as I can.
Yeah, well, I don't see any beads, Marcos.
Because I'm kind of like discreet.
Yeah, it's very discreet. We'll put a tracker on him. We'll put an air tag on this guy later. See where he's at. That's what we're gonna do with Marcos. Is this your first time in New Orleans?
I was here long time ago when I was a young kid. First, when it was still legal to drink.
When you were like 18?
I was 18. It was legal.
Oh, wow. I was here when I was 16. It was my first time.
But you drank anyway.
I was drunk anyway. Yes, I was. You caught me. I was. No, I was. I came to visit my my aunt and uncle. They took me out on a parade on St. Charles, starting at 7:30 in the morning, getting that parade spot right up front.
Oh, that's great.
Amazing.
Yeah. In my case, I came with some friends from, I was a summer camp counselor in Pollock, Louisiana. That's next to Alexandria.
What? You're a camp counselor in Louisiana?
In Louisiana.
Are you from Louisiana?
Nothing to do with Louisiana.
How did you end up in Louisiana?
It's a long story. And then I celebrated my birthday in Pat O'Brien's. When I was 18, I was legally able to have a hurricane.
You celebrated your 18th birthday at Pat O'Brien's?
Yes.
Wow, legendary Pat O'Brien's, the home of the hurricane.
Yes.
Every time you buy one, you get that beautiful hurricane glass.
Yeah,
Hurricanes.
Which I don't have it anymore because it's been a while.
Happens. Hurricanes are, listen, hurricanes might be the most divisive topic we've covered here at the CHP. Where do you stand on hurricanes? Overrated or underrated?
You're talking about the drink now?
The drink, yes.
The drink, okay, because I come from the Caribbean, and that is never underrated.
Oh my gosh. Hurricanes in Pat O'Brien's, overrated or underrated?
Well, my level of tolerance for alcohol back then was very low because I was a beginner. So I don't want to tell you what happened afterwards.
I think I know.
No.
I think I know what happened afterwards. So were you gonna say overrated or underrated?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. That might be the best answer. I've been doing overrated, underrateds 5 a day for 2 years, and I don't think I ever heard I don't remember. I love it, Marcos. But we'll have to remind Marcos that we're gonna take Marcos out and give him flashbacks of PTSD from his hurricane experiences. This is great. Jenna Nebar, look at this. Love being able to hear from everyone, even though I'm not there. Great conversations, Ben. Thank you, Jenna. Super cool. Look at this. Richard Majewski. Hey, Marcus. Good. Hey, Marcos. Good to see you over there.
Oh, Richard, it's good to hear from you.
Yeah, we love Richard.
Some friends from UK. Yeah.
Yeah, Richard's great. Good people. Jenna's enjoying it. Everybody's enjoying it. This is great. Get your comments in there. If you've got questions for Marcos or any of our guests here, let us know. Get in the conversation there. this is really fun. Tell me about the apartment network, though, Marcos.
Well, we are what you call an extended stay accommodation agency, specialized for business travel. We operate with partners in 50 countries, 500 cities. That's where we have locations. And we have about 55,000 curated properties that apartments basically that we work with, and we are growing big time. I dare to say that I think we are the fastest growing company when it comes to our sector from last year.
Wow.
We grew like really a lot. So the challenge now is to grow this year, but we are set for that.
What is the secret to the growth?
I think it's a combination of things. Well, let's be honest, small base helps.
Right. Yes.
So we have to be humble. Second thing is doing the right thing and doing the right planning helped us to work 6 times our size. So that's really, really phenomenal. And we are very happy about our customers. And I think the secret is their supply chain partners that we have.
Wow. Yeah, that's really incredible and impressive. And, it's good to hear. I mean, as a fellow entrepreneur, it's fun to watch people being successful and really growing. Look at this. Richard saying, for anyone who doesn't know them, I totally recommend TAN.
Yeah, we call ourselves TAN, the Apartment Network.
Yeah.
It's just a short for that. In the UK, that's kind of like everybody knows us that way.
Yeah, nice. So is that kind of, you're gonna go with like the khaki? So you got the tan pants. You're gonna incorporate that as a brand color, maybe?
We have a brand, it's kind of gray and blue, but khakis is not exactly. It's just it's more comfortable for me.
I love it. I love it. We had Bob Rosing on with the purple. Listen, Jason's giving us bad advice. When you guys go out tonight, you should start with grenades. They're called grenades for a reason. They blow you up. Hurricanes also wipe you out. I don't know why we don't know what we're getting into when we drink these drinks. They tell us it's right there on the label. I don't know what's wrong with us, but
I normally have very little memory when it comes to that.
Yeah, human nature, for sure. So what is the differentiator of the apartment network?
Well, I would say we are in many countries and we are managing. Our team is very, very international. We have an official language. Our official language is broken English.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
And that's a proof that we are international. And
our official language is broken English.
Yes.
That's how international we are. We're not going to tell it to you in great English. We're going to tell it to you in broken English to prove we speak other languages.
Yes, we have a lot of flexibility because we don't hold necessarily always inventory. Mm-hmm. So that allows us to dedicate our staff to go and get inventory where nobody else is getting it. So we are good at that. So we can do quick vetting, quick curation, and make sure that we can get properties when needed at the very last minute on very unexpected places, by the way.
Wow. So what's like some of the crazier requests you get? Like,
believe it or not, a couple of years ago, we made a booking in Afghanistan.
Wow. Oh, they give a purse away.
I'm telling you.
Look at that. Look at that. If that's a man that needs a purse, I haven't seen one. Look at that.
There you go.
Got a purse given away over here. It's happening at the CHPA conference. It's like free purses, grenades, hurricanes, muffalettas. Can't beat it. Business opportunities. Got people taking pictures of us. Feels like you're like a celebrity. They weren't taking pictures.
Oh my God, sorry.
You came over and now they're taking pictures. I mean, before that, they weren't taking pictures before this. Nope. Yeah. Emma loves Marcos. Apparently really loves Marcos.
You don't see it, but I'm actually blushing right now.
You're blushing?
Yeah.
Still tan. Still tan. This is great. I'm having so much fun, Marcos. Really cool. How's the conference treating you here at CHPA?
It's treating us very, very well. We are very happy. It's our first time.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be back.
Yeah. This is only my second conference, and I'm just loving it. I've got the bug.
Oh my, great.
I'm bitten by the CHPA bug.
They've done a wonderful job. The level of interpersonal relationships is amazing. Even when you're talking to people who are competing with you, it just feels like it's all one organization.
Yeah, it does. Jason's asking, what am I giving away? I'm giving away good advice, Jason. Unlike have some grades before you go out, I'm giving out good advice, okay? Stay hydrated, get some sleep, self-care. No, definitely have some grenades. Go crazy, YOLO. So you come to the CHPA conference, it's your first time. Is there one aspect of the conference that's like kind of stood out to you as far as something that you're kind of getting out of this? It was maybe even surprising for you.
Yeah, I normally, my background is more hospitality travel tech. And what I saw is a great interest in working together, different players, to make sure that the level of technology is brought to a higher level. And that for me is very interesting because I can compare with my previous industry. And I think that's the next step for corporate housing, more and more technology around it. But
where do you see the technology coming into play, though?
Enabling distribution all the way end to end, all the way from the corporate clients until the property management. That it is something that I believe has a lot of room for evolution.
Yeah, very interesting. What do you think's kind of in the way of that right now? What is the obstacle?
I don't think there is necessarily a particular obstacle. It's just that this is a growing industry. All this way of alternative accommodation is kind of becoming more blurring of the lines with the hotels, short-term rentals, for example. And all of this is just creating new opportunities. So I don't see that there is necessarily an obstacle, except the typical obstacles of when you're trying to do something new.
Yeah.
But that just about planning and going around.
So kind of like resistance to change, you would say.
Yes, but you also have people who really want the change.
Yes.
And then things happen in the end.
The change agents out there for sure. Hit that like button. Get in the comments. This is a lot of fun, Marcos.
I'm loving it.
You hitting the town tonight?
Yeah, I'm
maybe within reason.
A little bit. I shouldn't talk about that.
Oh
too much.
No, definitely not.
No.
I'll just pretend we're not. That's a beautiful watch too.
Yeah, thank you.
This guy right here, top notch. Marcos, real pleasure to meet you. The Apartment Network, Marcos over here. Thank you so much for stopping by.
All right, just one more thing.
Yeah,
for
please.
those who we haven't met now, and we'll be around in Chicago next week.
Oh yes,
I'm going to the MRC event.
Oh, Midwest, yes.
Midwest is going to be a lot of fun. So see you guys over there, and thank you very much.
Well, thanks so much, Marcos.
Bye bye. Take care.
Hey, take care.
Bye.
See you around. Hey, we got one more guest here. We're gonna slide in here. Marcos was amazing. Hey, Dr. Chow, get over here. Look at this. Look at this guy. People have been asking about you. They see the amazing outfit over here. How you doing, man?
I'm doing amazing, man. I'm actually in Dallas.
You're in Dallas when? Right now?
I've been in Dallas 7 years, bro.
You live in Dallas?
I live in Dallas.
Oh, we don't even hang out. We should be hanging out in Dallas.
I know, man. We're gonna have the best.
I know. We would really do it. Look at this. You gotta come to the studio. See, Adam's our producer. Saying you gotta come to our studio.
Absolutely,
we're over in McKinney. Where are you?
Heck yeah, Aubrey.
Aubrey, okay.
Yeah, North of Frisco. Yeah,
nice. So yes, we're like right in the same area.
I know, 380, baby.
Dude, yeah. Well, we're 121, but you know.
Yeah.
Who's counting? You know. No, it's awesome. So first of all, people are asking about the amazing hat.
Yes.
You want to know about the hat. I mean, I'm getting questions in the comments here. I mean, I'm trying to keep up with you, but I don't think it's, I don't think I'm quite there yet.
I like it.
Yeah. Where'd that hat come from? It's amazing.
So it was inspired by the Beatles.
Yes.
Captain, what was his name?
Like Sergeant Pepper, right?
Sergeant Pepper,
yeah.
And then Elton John kind of bring it to life too.
Yeah.
And then
awesome.
I love it. So yeah, why not?
It's fantastic. Hold on, flip my tassels now. So tell us so besides just looking amazing and being fabulous, what does your company actually do? What do you do, man?
So we teach corporate housing. We help people, everyday people. Like myself, my background, I was immigrant, came here with nothing. I thought the way to get financial freedom is become a pharmacist, get a doctor, a lawyer. That's what I did for 8 years, struggling to make it. And after I got out, I was just frustrated, burned out. I didn't have the financial freedom. So I got my true financial freedom through corporate housing. And that's how I'm able to last 4 years live the life of my dreams. So then my friends started asking me, and I started teaching it. And now I have hundreds of clients, 100 students nationwide. I have a network, Beyond Corporate Housing Network, nationwide.
Beyond Corporate Housing Network.
Yes. But
what does that network do?
So we help each other out with building our own system, our own network. So we provide each other with leads, and we help each other training, coaching as well. So the website is beyondbnbsecrets.com. You want to check it out. But yeah.
Beyondbnbsecrets.com.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Very
sir.
cool. So how do you like work with people? What types of things do you do? Like how does it work? Like if I want to check it out,
Yeah.
what are people going to see?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically we are coaching high touch coaching program, one-on-one. We care about the client. We even give them a guarantee if they follow all our program and they don't get any booking after 30 days, we actually pay them that first month rent.
Oh, wow.
So they can move out and get a new property. So it's a no-brainer for them, right? And we have hundreds of testimonials. I've been doing this for 7 years. And yeah, that's what we're all about.
Wow.
So it's doing really helps. It's helping everyday people like the stay-at-home mom or the truck driver making 6-figure income. So now they can spend time with their kids. That's why I work 12, 14 hours a day. I don't have to anymore. It's great, loving life, but I do it for the mission and to help 1 million families get financial freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, I should have my dad call you, man. Just
Yeah.
work with my father over here.
Okay,
Yeah, we're trying to start a business over there, you know.
Okay.
So it's like a so is it fair to say it's like an arbitrage kind of play?
It is an arbitrage kind of play.
Yeah. So for people out there who aren't familiar with the word arbitrage, like what is that concept about?
So arbitrage is the difference between one price and another price. So we will rent a vacant home or apartment for one price, and then we furnish it, add value to it, and then we rent out to companies for about double that price.
Right.
So in Dallas, about $2,500 can get you a nice home. They rent out vacantly, right? You will rent to companies for about $5,000. So then you make the difference minus everything. You make on average about $2,000 per month per property.
So how much does the furniture cost to furnish that?
Furniture about $7,000 if you know what you're doing. Get some nice.
So
furniture.
you buy the furniture, you rent that property, buy the furniture.
Yeah, you can either buy or rent the furniture. If you buy the furniture about $7,000, you rent the furniture. It's on about $700 a month.
Okay. Oh, really? Wow. To furnish a house of that size?
Yeah, $700 to $1,000.
Yeah,
dollars a month.
So if you say you do $1,000 a month to rent it, and you're renting the house for $2,500, that's $3,500, and you're charging $5,000, so you're making $1,500 profit.
Yeah, about that.
Wow.
Yeah, but on average about $2,000. If you own the furniture, it's more profitable. You own the furniture longer term. But if you want to look into scale fast, you don't have a lot of money, then rent the furniture. Yeah.
Wow. And anybody can do this, huh?
Anybody can do this.
Isn't the hard part like finding the customers?
Exactly. So that's why we're here.
And that's what Dr. Chow does.
Yeah, exactly.
Helps to find the customers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a network as well. Been doing this for 7 years, so we even give you that guarantee. So there's nothing to lose. So I mean, it's asymmetrical risk to reward ratio, right? What's the maximum risk is it doesn't work out, you move out, you go to another place. That's it. You only lose like a few $1,000. Versus like a business, any kind of business, you will lose like your entire life savings.
Right.
Or do a flip, or do a whatever.
Hugely capital intensive.
This is you just rent a unit.
You're signing up. Yeah, and you're signing up. You're signing up your you're doing putting your name on the line and all kinds of stuff like that. Now what are the risks though? The risks of doing something like this are, maybe that you can't rent the place and now you're in this lease for a year maybe. And
yeah. But no, most lease you can get out of because the landlord, they don't want you to. No, I mean,
like 2 months rent or something.
Yeah, like 2 months rent,
or you just re-rent it to somebody else.
Right.
Out of it that way.
Right. Maybe just losing the deposit and then another 30 days of rent.
Right.
And that's why we have the guarantee in place, so minimize your risk. Yeah.
Now, how do you? We hear a lot of talk in this industry around duty of care and like kind of the extra level of care and vetting and all sorts of things like that. They go into corporate housing versus like vacation rentals, for instance, right? So people watching this might be like, well, this sounds really cool and all, and I might do this on the side, but does it really right for the corporate transferee? How do you address things like duty of care, safety, security, and standardization in a process like this?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, we definitely care, and it's all about the customer experience, right? So we incorporate a lot of good technology and also good customer care, and that's what we teach as well. And it's not vacation rental, so we don't do vacation rental. Why? Because I've done vacation rental. It's 10 times more work. Okay. So
because you're turning that unit all the time.
Yeah, you're turning it all the time. It's a mess. People squat, stay, whatever. We're dealing with companies. Guys, companies have the money, right? Most important question you ask is, who's your ideal clients, right? Ideal clients are companies. right? They have the money, they have the fun. Insurance housing is one of my favorite, where families go through disaster. We got hail, storm, snowstorm, whatever, and they need a place to stay. We help the family, we host them, and the insurance will pay. They pay very well. So your construction company as well, IT company, digital nomads, all of that, medical professional too.
All right, look at this. So we got people who are really interested here. Richard is saying Dr. Chow on LinkedIn. I can't find him.
Yeah, CHAU. Sorry.
CHAU.
So you follow me. The DRCHAU BNB is my Instagram handle. DRCHAU BNB. Right. And then you can just Google beyondbnbsecrets.com.
All right. Then Jason's asking for the website. So what is it again?
Beyondbnbsecrets.com.
Beyond BNB, letters B, letters N, letters B. Secrets.com.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Beyond BNBsecrets.com.
Yes, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Super cool.
And my name is spelled CHAU. So on the Instagram handle, all those handles is DRCHAU ONG. Yeah. ONG
Nice.
is last name. Yeah.
So the doctor.
Yeah, I was a pharmacist. So like I mentioned, I did everything I can to take care of my mom and dad, and they went ahead with nothing. They sacrificed everything for me.
Right.
And my mom was like having cancer after I graduated too. So I'm like, shit, I got to figure out something fast.
Right.
So then I try all kind of thing, Amazon to drop shipping to online, offline, any kind of business, MLM, even contacting everybody.
Right. Right.
But nothing really worked for me because they need to take a lot of time or a lot of money. Right. I did not have either. I was working like a corporate slave, 40, 50 hours a week.
Yeah.
Driving an hour, working out at home, skipping lunches all the time. So this business really give me ideally only working a few hours a week. Right, you're leveraging somebody else's property. I don't have to buy it. I don't have to rehab it. I don't have to do anything. I just go there, rent it. It's already been done, and I can make money right then and there, like right now, instead of having to wait a year to rehab it and all of that.
This sounds so obvious to me. I gotta ask, why don't more people do this?
They don't know about it, bro. So I was in my whole family in real estate for all our life. My parents, and I was in it too, but nobody even understand it. Nobody even know about you can actually leverage somebody else's property, right? Does Airbnb own any properties?
No.
Does Uber own any cars?
No.
Exactly. The world is changing. We either change with it or we get left behind, man. So we don't have to own anything. We want to control everything. That's what we want.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna have to quit this podcast and go start just
no, you're doing the right thing, man.
Start renting out.
I love podcasts.
He's already on it. Yeah. Now thanks. My video production manager just quit his job. Now everybody's just gonna go start renting out. It's great. Thanks, Dr. Chow. Appreciate that.
No, do what you're
That's my customer
passionate.
testimony. All my staff quit their job. Thanks, Dr. Chow.
do what you're passionate about, man. But it's nothing wrong with making six figures on the side.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I think it's really awesome. I thought about this before also, right? You got the furniture rental. You got obviously everyone knows how to rent an apartment or a house. Does this work with apartment rentals, or is it just a house rental thing?
Absolutely, work with apartments too, but we have found that houses are a lot better.
Houses are underserved.
There
are not enough houses.
Higher
in this
demand, and you know what? The companies will like it more. Let's say you have a staff of 5 people. Are you gonna rent, 1 home or 5 hotels, right? Are you gonna rent 1 home or 3 apartments?
Yeah,
you're gonna rent 1 home.
Yeah, I mean, also like if you're an executive and you're, you got 2-3 kids.
Oh yeah,
teenagers. You're moving to a new place.
Be an apartment, man.
Maybe you got a dog. I don't know. Like, it can't be an apartment.
No, your wife would not be
2
happy.
months for 2 months being in an apartment. I mean. You
Mama is not going to be happy. Nobody will be happy.
Exactly. I mean, I thought about that when I moved to Detroit. It was my wife and I, and we had a baby.
Oh,
but we were in a 3-bedroom townhouse, not a house, but a townhouse.
Yeah,
so we were accustomed to that amount of space and the amenities and all the things, right? And then all we could find was these houses were garbage up in Michigan for like $3,400.
I know, yeah, it's just
and that weren't even furnished,
right? Wow,
just to rent, and,
that's crazy.
So yeah, I totally see it. Now does it hurt? Now rent's been going up quite a bit. We had Michelle White here from Toronto. She said her rents have gone up 18% in the last year. 18% rent hikes in the last year. Does rents going up increase or hurt the margin in this business model?
It definitely does. It definitely does. However, because of the beautiful thing about what we do is the higher the rent, the more we can charge the company. Why? Because everything is going up, right? So that's our case for them. And also, I mean, because what else they're gonna do? Like they're gonna rent a home vacant and they're gonna furnish it and they're only gonna use it for 3 months.
Yep.
How that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the good thing about inflation is it actually help you as a landlord. Most people don't get that. Inflation is actually a good thing when you're a landlord. You're on the receiving end. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So get that, guys. Inflation is a hidden tax that's killing everybody. But if you understand that real estate is the best way to hedge against that and also make money from inflation, then I encourage you to check us out and become a landlord yourself and on the receiving end. So the more inflation you make, the more money you make actually.
So we're getting people really interested over here. I'll have to give you my Venmo. Jason Hall posted the website link in there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jason, for that.
Yeah,
John's appreciating that. Jason said, I found it. Thanks. Me and my homies just had this conversation. I'll be in touch. Thank you.
That's so funny.
Super cool. Richard saying houses are big in the contractor market in the UK. So are you just doing this in the US or are you doing this in the UK too or what?
Yeah, this work everywhere, guys, but my expertise is in the US. So I wouldn't feel comfortable to do it anywhere else, which I can, but I want to make sure I serve our clients the best possible. So most of our sources are in the US. We right now is focused in the US.
Cool. Yeah, super cool. I think we're over our time here, but I had to get Dr. Chow in because A, I mean, look at him. But B, I mean, he has a really cool, different business model. Love his energy. It's been really cool meeting you, man.
Thank you, sir. Man,
yeah,
he's the man, dude.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. We're having a great time here at the CHPA conference here in New Orleans. We got